5 days before Survivor Series, WWE Raw hit the Netflix airways with the Go Home show, hell-bent on driving anticipation and excitement for the PLE. Roman Reigns kicked off the show. Dom Mysterio sent one last message to John Cena. The last time is now tournament continued, and we got a War Games advantage match. But like I said, Roman Reigns kicked off Raw, ready to address his return to the company. On War Games when Cody Rhodes interrupted to a thunderous ovation. Reigns asked his longtime rival what benefit Reigns gets partnering with him, CM Punk and Usos at War Games. I've been in this war, you're just joining, and Tribal Chief responded. He cited his family and his investment in the team as the reason he came back to see battle with the Vision and Co. World Heavyweight Champ Punk interrupted next. The best in the world took exception to Rhodes calling it his team, telling him he can be the quarterbacks on Fridays, but he's the champ on Mondays. Reigns says it doesn't matter whose team it is, and ended the promo by further suing the of dissension, saying that title would look so much better on my shoulder without alluding to which title holder he was talking about. Interesting. As we then moved on to our first match of the night, fresh off an upset victory over Reed on SmackDown, Hayes started hot, taking the fight to Gunther from the opening bell, showing a renewed tenacity and an aggression not seen since his NXT title reign. A chest-caving chop helped the underdog's momentum and put Gunther in the proverbial driver's seat entering the break. Gunther dominated afterwards, but a powerbomb attempt ended with a tornado DDT from Hayes, leaving both men down ahead of a second timeout. The action intensified coming out of the second break, with Hayes launching himself around the ring and in the ringside area, looking to wipe his opponent out and catch him just enough off guard to secure the upset win. Back inside the ring, the NXT product attempted a drive-by, but Gunther revised it, and when Hayes fought out better, the Australian-born competitor transitioned into powerbomb for the pinfall win. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I thought it was a decent match. Got Hayes in enough offense, made him look good enough, but Gunther was always going to get the win here, and yeah, still fully expect him to win the tournament, to be fair. Ahead of Survivor Series with John Cena, Dom Mysterio hit the ring to address the biggest PLE match of his career. Dirty Dom promised to embarrass Cena and take back the IC title in San Diego before informing fans in Oklahoma that the GOAT was not in the building tonight. Cue the time is now, a big pop from the fans, and a person of short stature dressed like Cena, and after a brief back and forth, Mysterio attacked, leaving Cena impersonator lolled in a crumpled heap. Rey Mysterio hit the ring to save his son, scurrying to the floor. Dear oh dear, I felt like I was back watching Vince McMahon. Yeah, that's enough I'm going to say about that. Before we got Rey Mysterio versus JD McDonough, the continuation of Rey's rejuvenated rivalry with Dom teammate JD McDonough in singles control. The Iron Long controlled the match, really shining as he worked over his more experienced opponent. Even when the Master 619 attempted to a comeback, McDonough cut him off with a Spanish fly, but there was a late miscommunication, and Mysterio was able to deliver the 619 springboard splash for the pinfall victory. Yeah, not a lot really to the match. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. As we then got Becky, Nia, Lash, and the women's tag champs hitting the ring to hype up War Games, Lynch launched into a rap about the injustice of her loss to Maxine Dupree, issuing a warning to AJ Lee, claiming that she was making a massive mistake. She hyped up her team, still making it all about herself until Rhea's music hit and the Eradicator interrupted Big Time Bex. EO followed, as did Charlotte and Alexa, before AJ Lee arrived on the scene. The old AJ would come down here and torn your face off, but luckily for you, therapy works, is what she said. Ripley blasted Jax and Mike to the face, and the brawl started. The both cleared the ring, and Sky added a moonsault all of the heels except Lynch, who ran off in disbelief. Yeah, good little hype segment, setting up different feuds. I enjoyed it. As we then got Penta versus Solo in the last time is now tournament. Ahead of the break, Penta delivered a head scissors from the guardrail to Skur, but appeared to have a medical timeout. Back from the ring break, it was announced that he was no longer able to compete, so Sikoa was declared the winner. Not much more to say here, except, just hope Penta's alright. We then got the internal advantage in the War Games match, where the Usos battling McIntyre and Logan Paul in a high-stakes bout. The former tag champs and greatest team of their generation dominated early, taking the fight to Paul. Attacked McIntyre though, allowed the heels to seize control. The Scottish Warrior Maverick wore Jey Uso out, but a hot tag to Jimmy finally sparks babyface comeback. Big Jim scored a near fall on Paul and later delivered the Uso splash that should have won it for the twins. Instead, McIntyre made a save, breaking the pinfall attempt. The two Bronze arrived at ringside, only to be greeted by Cody and Punk. As the action broke down outside the ring, Paul recovered and stole the win with a schoolboy roll up on Jimmy. The brawl continued until after the bell when Roman appeared. He unloaded on punches on the opposition as they stood tall with his teammates as credits rolled. Until that is, Brock Lesnar appeared, slipped during his entrance, which was bloody hilarious, and joined his teammates in the brawl. Yeah, that was the highlight of the segment. But overall, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. I mean, nothing surprising here, but yeah, mostly what I thought we saw was pretty okay. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. And overall, Raw this week gets a 5 out of 10 from me. WWE featured all the talent involved in the War Game outside of Vaka and Bella, but it still felt like a considerable step down from MSG. The wrestling wasn't as good, even if Genter and Hayes had a great match. And yeah, no real major surprises on this show either. So yeah, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10.
Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.